Oh, sorry, just doing some light reading before we get started. So week after week, your church has its service. And some of you, maybe even most of you, offer recordings of your weekly messages. Some of you even offer it on CD. But there's a new way to reach your people. Hi, I'm Dave Daniels. There are two things that I'm passionate about. One, ministry. The other, multimedia. And when you merge those together, you can have a creative worship experience. There are several new technologies that you can use to enhance your ministry and excite your church. From blogging to video projectors to podcasting, we'll cover them here. Welcome to Technology and Worship. These MP3 players sure are great. They've revolutionized the way we take our audio with us. Ever wonder what people are listening to? It's not always music. Some people are listening to podcasts. What are podcasts? Let's look at this together. A podcast is a media file that's distributed over the internet and can be played back on mobile devices like MP3 players or personal computers. So there you go. Now, I'm going to go set up what you need to get started while you check out some history on podcasting. Now, let's take a look at what you need to get started. First, you need a microphone. Second, a computer. Third, a program. Well, you know what I mean. If you have a Macintosh, you've got all you need. Just open up GarageBand and you're set to go. If you're using a PC, which most of you are, I'm sure, there's a free program called Audacity. Let's look at that one. Once you've downloaded and installed Audacity, this is what it will look like. Now, I will not be guiding you through a step-by-step tutorial of how to use Audacity, but in the show notes of this episode, there will be a link to a great site that has a video tutorial that takes you from beginning to end and starting and learning Audacity. Today, we're going to look at two different scenarios of using Audacity and recording your podcast. The first, I'm going to assume that you're sitting at your desk in front of your computer and are ready to get started. Here's what you'll need. The bare minimum is obviously your computer with Audacity open and ready to go. Then you'll need a microphone. Now the cheapest route is a USB microphone like this one. They can be found for as little as $10 to $20. And then you'll need to take that cable and run it into the mic port on your computer, as shown here. Then open up the show notes, go to the link I was telling you about with the video tutorial, and you're ready to go. The second scenario would be recording your pastor's messages each week. It's the same concept here, but what you'll be doing is coming out of the soundboard. You'll need different cables for this, either an XLR cable or a 1/4-inch cable. Consult with your AV person on which you will need to come out of the soundboard, but make sure that at the other end is that 1/8-inch cable that goes into the mic port on your computer. Now from here, have your AV person make sure everything's connected correctly, make sure the settings are dialed in right, do a couple of test runs, and you'll be good to go. Wait, stop! I know you're excited about getting started, but let's look at some steps that will ensure a quality podcast. Now we've got our trusty clipboard here, so let's look at the first step. The first step is to plan. Remember, a little planning will go a long way, and it will help you stay focused. The second one is produce. This is where you obviously open up the mic, hit record, and go. Or if you're doing your pastor's sermons weekly, it's setting up and make sure you're ready to go on Sunday morning. The third one is publish. Once you've created your podcast, you need to prepare it for publishing and posting it on the internet. This is where you consult with the person who runs your website. If you don't currently have a website, that's okay. There's a company called Our Media at ourmedia.org that will allow you to post your podcasts online for free. I will have that link in the show notes. And last, but certainly not least, you need to promote your podcast. Let your church know where they can find it. Wow, I know that was a lot about podcasting in a short amount of time, but I hope that we've given you enough information and resources between our website and this podcast to get you started and moving in the right direction. Thanks for watching Technology and Worship, and we'll see you next time.